I've already made a video about the overpowerness of women, but since I only talked about the positives, many got the impression that the male class is weak and has long lost its power. With this video, I'll try to correct this misunderstanding and break down the innate characteristics, skills, as well as the shortcomings of both genders. Hopefully, this video will help you make a choice, because gender is an important thing in our RPG, affecting stats, skills, quests, and much more. In very old patches, I would definitely advise you to play as a man, since the older the meta, the more strength and influence indicators played a role in it. Women didn't have it easy in the old meta. They were raped, sold into slavery, and often died during childbirth. Their fate was often decided by male players, not hesitating to abuse the marriage mechanic, marrying a cracked girl to a more farmed male player, for example. Of course, men didn't live as well at that time due to frequent war quests. Men rarely finished their hours, as a nearby arrow to the ear quickly dropped them to the loading menu. But how are things now on developed servers, where players quickly adapt to the new meta? There's not much difference in who you spawn as. In such places, rights have long been equalized, and there are no noticeable advantages to playing as a man that you won't get, unlike patriarchal servers, of which there are plenty in our game. I strongly advise against spawning as a girl on Arab servers, like Afghanistan. There, the girl class has been heavily nerfed. The majority of builds are simply unplayable. Girls there are forced to play only through the marriage mechanic, chat is blocked, most interactions are cut, and on top of that, appearance is banned by the hijab. On such servers, girls not only lack equal rights, but also regularly receive social debuffs, as well as physical damage from men, which is often deadly for girls. A good spawn will be the servers of Europe, for example, Sweden. On these servers, a girl can play with different builds, and all of them will bring profit. You can chill as a kept woman, level up intellect, earning a lot of gold for it. You can become the president of the server or gain social builds, for example, the feminism branch. Men on patriarchal servers have full resistances against female skills, so if you're suffering from the female class and don't know how to counter them, you can confidently teleport there. Also, on some Arab servers, the marriage mechanic implies polygamy, so if you have a lot of attractiveness and stamina points, you can try your luck here. On American servers, women have managed to unlock the social skill of condescension. Even if a woman, after numerous attempts, for example, in her career, achieves nothing, she won't receive the debuff failure or have a lowered reputation. Instead, they activate the achievement, but I'm a girl. Besides having full resistance to male physical damage, this achievement obliges men to activate etiquette and cultural skills. Otherwise, they risk being labeled as boorish and attracting contempt debuffs. The protection can be bypassed if you've leveled up the composure skill in the sexism branch. In this case, all social interaction opportunities will be open, and you can throw any girl an invite for a fair PvP. By the way, regarding men, their social responsibility is higher, so they'll catch social debuffs more often. A man who farms little or doesn't have gold will receive much more reputational damage than a woman. However, this doesn't mean that men don't have any social buffs at all. For example, men have resistance to the social status of a whore. If a man has leveled up the flirt branch and unlocked the achievement of polygamy, he, on the contrary, can increase his reputation points among his guildmates. But when it comes to innate perks, where men are definitely better, it's in resistances to toxins. The innate perk alcohol dehydrogenase gives men more resistance to alcohol. Women don't have such a perk, so an alcohol harasses them more. Also, girls will receive more damage from cigarettes with regular smoking. The chance of getting critical damage from a heart attack increases 11-fold for women. Men have a much lower risk of such a fate, all because men are innate tanks. Their resistance branch is much more impressive. But the most powerful ability from this branch is called spermatogenesis. Even if a man is regularly exposed to toxic substances, he can produce healthy offspring because, thanks to spermatogenesis, his damaged semen will be completely restored and replaced with healthy semen. Of course, if the man doesn't damage himself for 80 days. Unfortunately, women don't have such an abundance of abilities. So if you're playing as a girl, I don't recommend relaxing with alcohol and other toxic substances. Not only do women tolerate intoxication worse, but it can also affect future offspring since their egg cells don't regenerate. Among the benefits, women have significantly more points in olfaction stats. They can smell odors better than men. This helps them determine the expiration dates of consumables, thereby reducing the risk of poisoning debuffs. Also, they tolerate high temperatures from fireballs better. Of course, this won't save them, but it will make it easier to play on hot servers. In terms of physical stats, everything is a bit worse for girls on average. Men are 20% larger than women, and their muscle mass and skeletal structure are 40% larger. And as you know, muscles and mass affect the damage dealt. To summarize and distribute the pros and cons of both classes, plus for women, they can spawn children. Plus for men, they don't need to spawn children. Plus for women, if they have leveled up their appearance and charm, they can live off men. Men live rarely off men, and even rarer off women, so this is definitely a minus. Men are okay here. Also, women have a monthly debuff in the form of PMS. Men don't have such debuff. Men also have better strength characteristics. On average, men are 30% stronger than women. However, women inflict less damage on themselves with substances and other carcinogens. As a result, their gameplay lasts longer than men's, by 5 to 10 years. Also, women have increased resistance to viruses because during evolution, females have maxed out estrogen rather than testosterone. As a result, their immunity is higher than men's by a couple of levels. Additionally, men need less in-game currency for self-care compared to women to meet social requirements. It's undesirable for women to flirt with just anyone. There's a chance of being labeled as whore and receiving reputation debuffs. Conversely, men, through their polygamy, receive buffs from guildmates and increase their reputation. On servers with a nerfed patriarchy, the buffs and debuffs are not as strong. We can conclude that if you want to be a damage dealer class, focusing on physical prowess and unlocking combat arts, you'll achieve more success as a man. If you enjoy solo gaming and spontaneous PvP in dungeons, if you want to grind in hardcore conditions at home where no other class compares, then this is the class for you. Plus, our server has a range of professions inaccessible to women. Women are better suited to those who prefer supporting, relying on cunning, and abusing charm mechanics. If you enjoy being the caretaker of your future carry, if you don't like PvP and don't plan on leveling up through DPS, then women are perfect. There are also many social bonuses that men should consider, such as opening doors and providing other forms of altruistic assistance. I hope this video helps you determine your gaming style. Play smart, don't scatter your stats on paper. It's better to watch guides and learn about the best builds from my videos. Thanks for watching, goodbye.